check on each other. Just stay well. Stay well.
Stay
we'll get
good.
through this. We'll get through this together.
Hello Eagles, we hope everyone is enjoying the snow. My name is Owen and I'll be your anchor for February 19th on the Friday. Let's head into the show as we have Emily with headlines.
Hi Eagles, Emily here with your headlines. When World Health Organization investigators wrapped up their work examining the origins of the coronavirus in Wuhan this month, Chinese officials were clear where they felt WHO should look next. Going even further, Ziyuan Guang, chief epidemiologist at China's Center for Disease Control, said the U.S. should now be the focus of global efforts to trace the virus. Protesters and civil disobedience in Myanmar grew to hundreds of thousands of participants across the country as of Wednesday. Pro-democracy demonstrators blocked roads and roadways, and teachers and doctors went on strike to protest the military takeover as of February 1st. Demonstrators are demanding the release of Aung San Suu Kyi and other elected civilian leaders. NASA is sending a rover named Perseverance to Mars. They are hoping to find signs of past life. They launched 6.5 months ago. It should be arriving later today or early Saturday. The robot will be returning 2030. Levin Hayden, Rush Limbaugh, king of conservative talk radio, died Wednesday of lung cancer. Former President Trump awarded him the Presidential Medal of Freedom at his last State of the Union address in 2020. Limbaugh was one of the early spokesmen for the racial birther conspiracy about President Obama that Trump used to propel his political career. Indiana lawmakers are looking to lower the price of health care for Hoosiers, but the process is being described as painful. I really think this just codifies federal code and puts it in Indiana code, and I think it's a good bill and I appreciate your support, said Senator Justin Bush before the committee voted to unanimously pass a bill that is named SB 325, which is a hospital disclosure list. Indiana may be taking some small steps towards discriminating marijuana. House Representative Jim Lucas, a Republican of Seymour, the author of HB 1028, which passed out of the committee Tuesday. The ICU list is growing as the snow piles up. As of press time, freshmen lead the list of shame with 182 assignments owed by 44 students. Sophomores, 72, owed by 27. Juniors, 41, owed by 22. And seniors, just 18 assignments and owed by 8 students. Eagles, when we say soar high, this is not what we mean. Time to put down the phones and get your noses to the old grindstone, or whatever boomer saying you want to use for good old-fashioned hard work. Back to your anchor.
Now let's head into the pieces as we start off with Emily and her piece on mental health during the pandemic.
Hi Eagles, I'm super excited for this piece this week. I got to talk to our counselor Cindy Watts. Yay! Got some info from her, and I'm going to talk a little bit about mental health. I know it's a difficult time right now with snow, coronavirus, and everything in the pandemic, so I'm going to give you some resources, some things you can do to maybe occupy yourself, and some information from our beloved guidance counselor, so stay tuned. I'm here with Miss Cindy Watts. I don't know if you guys can see her. So have you been seen by like more people during the pandemic? Like, emotions obviously increasing and stuff like that. Has things been different, or what does that kind of look like?
I think it surprises me how it looks because I expected there to be like a lot more self-referrals, and I think there probably should be, but there's not. Because I think they're, scared or depressed or just sick of all of it. Like they don't really want to see it as like they're struggling with their mental health, or they don't want to bother us with it because they think it's just everybody's dealing with it. Mm-hmm. But I think it's definitely been hard on people, and if you have, some depression or anxiety anyway, this just like kicks it up a notch. And I mean, that does it for everybody, kids, teachers, everybody. One thing that has been so good is that, and I knew this already, but kids take such good care of other kids. I've got a lot of referrals that way, like, hey, will you check on so-and-so? I'm worried about him. Can you just, message them? So, I mean, you guys are doing such a good job taking care of each other and looking out for each other, maybe even knowing when to ask for help if they're not asking for help themselves. And I'm so proud of everybody for that, because it's a real hard decision probably for kids to make because they didn't want their friends to be mad at them. But they go ahead and they, look out for them anyway. I like to see more kids reaching out just to kind of talk through some coping strategies and just, maybe just talk just to kind of get through some of this bad weather and quarantine, all that kind of stuff. We can get through that, just kind of maybe by working on some of it. People are also facing, kind of trouble getting into therapists, maybe because of they're just swamped. So, there's a real need for more therapists out there. So, some kids are waiting on med refills and that kind of thing, and that makes everything a little bit harder. So just as understanding as we can possibly be with each other, and not just like our school family, with just like people in general, because it's not just a Austin problem, it's not just a school problem. People all over the world are being affected. So it's just, if there was a time to be kind to somebody,
it's now. So what is some advice that you can give to anybody in general, to stay occupied, or things they can do while they're feeling these emotions? Because I know sometimes it's being in the house and sports being canceled, work's being canceled, just you find yourself just spike these negative emotions. So what are some positive things you can do?
It's really easy to kind of fall into the binge watching
yes.
on your phone, social media, guilty at times, so I do get that. But I think, it kind of goes back to the very basic, principles of, do something. You don't even have to necessarily get outside, but do something that you feel accomplished, that you're proud of yourself.
Yeah.
And, something that we were talking about during shutdown is just checking on people.
Yeah.
Checking on neighbors, grandparents, if you call them, if you walk to the fence and, try to wave to them, just, be kind, shovel off their steps, just basic things, that you don't have to be in contact with anybody. Or if you feel better about yourself, get up, make your bed. It makes you feel accomplished, though, but picking up or going through old clothes and donating them, anything that would make you feel like you're doing something to better your environment or yourself and helping somebody else. I mean, it doesn't have to cost any money. It doesn't have to do anything. But, I always think, if you can listen to motivating apps, because not all social stuff is bad at all. There's some very good supports out there on apps, Calm, and Headspace is going in and out of offering some free trials. Some of those things really help to help you calm and just relax yourself.
And you can find free ones too on YouTube, I think.
Yes. And just even something silly on my Apple Watch, it talks about just I take minutes to breathe. That minute seems like forever to sit still to breathe. And that tells me I'm not doing a very good job of that. So it's just a reminder. So if you've got any kind of whatever, if you feel yourself getting super, nervous about something, if you have pets, they usually, if they're not ornery, they're usually good at, calming you down a little bit. So, there's some things that you can do. It's stuff that, if you think about it, you kind of realize it anyway, what makes you feel better. If you're a spiritual person, and you look at some of those, there's so much online now that you can watch, get your mind start feeling right, or, just positivity. I just keep thinking it has to pass, it has to, we have to get past it. I've got my first round of vaccination in, so.
Oh, you got your vaccine?
Yes.
Yay!
Yes. Yay! And, I don't know what our new normal looks like, but I think
making the best of it.
Snow days, they're just hard, particularly if you're home alone or, you miss your friends. So, be creative. Did a lot of meets with people, and, it's even nice just seeing faces. So, I think it's, you have a little bit of leeway and some creativity with your device. So try to check on each other. Just stay well. Stay well.
Stay
We'll get
good.
through this. We'll get through this together. Just
Yep.
keep checking on your people.
Yep. I'm Emily Evans with WAHS News. Thanks to our sponsor.
Now we have the Sandhill Cranes in their winter home by Mr. Plass.
Sandhill cranes migrate through Indiana, and some stay in the winter up in Jackson County. They're social animals. They gather in big flocks and have distinctive bugling calls. They mate for a lifetime and have clutches of 1 to 3 eggs that take about a month to hatch. They have a wingspan of 6 feet. And they can attack predators by hopping up and kicking them. They eat seeds and grains, berries, nuts, tubers, small vertebrates, and invertebrates. I like sandhill cranes.
Now, here's a few clips of the snow caught from various teachers around our school.
One, two, three, take off. Ah! Oh, wipe out.
And finally, we have Kelsey with Fun in the Snow.
Hi, I'm Kelsey, and I'm here to tell you how to do a fun experiment at home in the snow. So first, you'll need a very large, tall cup, and then you want to pack snow around it to make it look like a volcano. Yes, we're making a snow volcano. So, what you're going to need is 2 tablespoons of baking soda. You're going to put that in there first. Then, 1 tablespoon of dish soap. Then, any of the food coloring of your choice. Then you want to put vinegar, depending on the size of the cups, depending on how much vinegar you need. So just pour a little bit in and slowly pour it in until it starts spewing up. Now a short clip of how I did it.
2 tablespoons of baking soda. What's next? 1 tablespoon of dish soap. Food coloring. A lot of red. And vinegar. Here it comes. Slowly but surely. I don't think it's gonna make it. Here it comes. Oh, there's like a stream of blue coming out. Oh, that's so pretty.
Now back to your anchor.
That concludes our show for this week. Hope everyone enjoyed, and be sure to stay tuned for next week. Soar high, Eagles.